Welcome back, YouTube. So today I'm going to be talking diet. I'm going to be telling you what I eat in a day, why I'm doing this diet. I'm someone who has probably done every diet you can think of. Well, a lot of them anyway. You know, your keto, your, what else have I done? I know I've done keto. Actually, I haven't done vegetarian. That's because I'm such a big meat eater. And I know that's a really popular diet. I'm not against it. But yeah, I've done keto. I've done it if it fits your macros. I've done like the bodybuilding diet, which is like your chicken and your broccoli. I've done an elimination diet with, you know, disorders like IBS, which is what I have. So I've done a whole heap of things trying to find what works best for my body and for my gut health, because I've mentioned previously in some of my other posts that I'm someone who suffers with IBS, and I have for a pretty long time. So my dietary requirements are really important to me, otherwise I'll know about it. So like, it's just really important to make sure that you do what's best for you. Today's foods that I'm going to be going through are best for me, and I'm currently following the vertical diet by Stan Efferding. His diet is really focused on digestion and health and well-being, as well as performance. I don't really want to call it a diet because it's not really a diet, it's more so a way of living and finding foods that make you feel great. So I'm going to get started today by taking you through what I have for breakfast. I'm going to be having my first sip of juice for the day. So this has got antioxidants and iodine in it, which is going to help support your thyroid. My main protein source, omega-3, so I'm going to be having salmon. So then I've got spinach, which has magnesium and potassium in it. So I'll have a small handful of that, and I'll put that on the stove with the salmon after it's kind of finished cooking. And then I have a small handful of carrots for fiber. All of these are focused on the micronutrients to help assist me in the gym. So this takes only a couple of minutes to cook, and you can eat it straight away. Chuck some sodium on there, get all that salt in for training, and you're off to go. So I use a non-stick pan. I don't use any oils or anything like that to cook. Just gonna put it straight on there. Slam it straight on there. Look at that. Look at that skin though. I'm not a big skin eater. I like to peel that off at the end. So I'm just gonna put the salmon on the stove on a really low, medium to low heat, because I like mine a bit like crunchy. You know, I don't like it just like pink and soft. I like there to be some oil and some crunch. But I do, because it is on high, I want it to cook through quickly, so I'm gonna put a bit of foil on there. With the carrots, you can weigh them if you want to. I'm just gonna grab a small handful, because like it's carrots. I used to, when I first started doing the vertical diet, I remember seeing carrots in there. I used to get like, I think 3 or 4 whole carrots and just chuck it on there. And then I had a really upset gut because it was too much fiber. So I'm like overdoing it a little bit. So now I just have a small handful, and that's enough fiber. That's all you need really. In regards to this cranberry, I actually do want to weigh that to make sure I do get the right amount. Super huge glass for just a little bit, that's all right, till it goes 0. Yep, 40, look at that. Just know my portions, you know. Now this stuff's really intense because it isn't sweetened. It's quite sour, if I'm going to be honest. So if I look really disgusted, it's because it's strong. I'm sorry, I'm psyching myself off to drink it. All right, you got this. Ah. I can't even Corey, I need to pour you a bit after this and just let me see your face, because like, I'll try and not pull a face, hang on. See, that wasn't that bad. All right, okay, so we're gonna go back and check on the, I really need to clean that drawer out, that's insane. This is what happens when you have children. Sticky tape, random straws, air conditioner remote control, paint scraper, straw still has something in it. This is really mum life. Like, I can't even right now. Anyone relate to this? Drop a comment below. I want to know I'm not the only one that just struggles with, I can't even. Back to the salmon cooking. So as you can see, this is cooking through really nice. Some people, all right, I just want to say something. I'm not the best cooker. Like, I get what I have to get done, but it never really looks pretty, and sometimes it's raw or overcooked, but as long as it's a meal, I'm grateful. So that's going good right now. Some people like to have it a little bit pink. I like to have it completely cooked through. What? I could actually probably, if I wanted to save time, put a handful of this in with it. I like to saute it a little bit instead of it being completely fresh. While we're waiting for this to cook, I might get started on my second meal because I want to take you through what I eat for the entire day and have it all in front of us. So I'm gonna get that organized right now and take you through that, because that might be another 5 minutes maybe. I did say a couple of minutes, but I think I lied. This used to be my first, but I've swapped things around. So I have fillet steak. This is for iron, vitamin B12, zinc, creatine. It's got heaps and heaps of minerals in it that are gonna assist you with your performance, as I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna have some rice with that. Luckily, I did make this earlier. I do have a rice steamer. Rice cookers have saved my life. So I did that, and that's really great too for my son because he's a huge rice eater. So I kind of make a big pile. He has some, I have some. White rice is really, really great when it comes to meal prep because it's easy to digest, it's easy to make, and it's a low gas food. This doesn't affect my gut at all. So that's a staple in my diet when it comes to carbs for training. The amount of rice that I have per meal will always change because sometimes if I'm having a legs day, I'll have a higher amount pre and post training. If I'm kind of at home with the kids and not training, I'll have a lower amount of rice. So it really depends on your goals as well in regards to what portion sizes you have in your meals. So once again, I'll have spinach in the bulk of my meal. This is gonna help me work towards my potassium goal, and it's a great filler as well, keeping things green and mean. And then lastly, I will take, like the big sucker, a punnet of blueberries. So 260 grams. I'll usually have like 125 grams, which is generally what the smaller ones are. Yeah, so that's meal 2. Once again, I'll put lots of salt on that, which is going to assist me in my training and keeping me hydrated, and my electrolytes pumping. Just going to check the, because I've been chatting, I overcooked my spinach. It's a bit burnt. Normally speaking, you could put another set on, but I'm just gonna be a hero about it and eat it like that. This, I just got whacked in the face with fat. Gosh, I'm cooking it too high. Far out. Oh, it's way too high. See what I mean? I'm absolutely hopeless. As you can see, this is probably, it's very hot. Make sure you cook with an adult, guys. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh my gosh, I'm failing. Tori's just lost it over here. I'm gonna leave this over here to cool down. So using the non-stick pan, I'm gonna put my fillet on. Once again, I won't be having all of that, but it would make no sense to kind of put the rest in the fridge, but I'm gonna eat it in a day anyway, so I'm gonna cook it all now. Okay, put that on low heat as well. So that's gonna go on low heat. And then in regards to the rice, that will just be getting a portion out ready for pre-training. So I've just taken the skin off the pieces that I want, serving myself 100 grams of salmon, which looks like, if I can get a smaller piece without the skin. There we go. Which looks like that. I'm taking the spinach out early on this one because I don't want to burn it again. They still have a little bit to go because I like it really, really well done. So I'm going to put that back on there for now. But I did want to touch on why I salt my foods. So I make sure that I get iodized sea salt, and I salt all of my meals when I eat. And this is because when you're an athlete, when you train regularly, whether that's going for rides every day on the bike or training in the gym, anything that causes you to lose a lot of sweat, you also lose sodium, which is salt. So by salting all your meals when you're training regularly, this is gonna help keep you hydrated. It's gonna help with your performance. It's gonna help replace sodium in your body. Some people have a myth about it, being bad for you, but I have found it to be optimal for my training, and there's lots of studies on it too. And if you're interested about this, please drop a comment below. I'm gonna put in a little article on this for you to read, and yeah, you can read for yourself and decide what works best for you. So I make sure I salt all my meals with iodized salt. Now that the steak is cooked, I'm going to weigh out how much I want. And then I'm going to portion out some rice and also put it in there for later so that I can just whip it in the microwave and heat it up. Yeah, so that's a perfect little amount for me because I do eat more regularly through the day. I eat smaller portions instead of big bulk meals because this is better on my gut to do it this way. And my body is able to break it down properly. So that's meal 2. Moving on to meal 3, which is my post-workout meal. I'm gonna be having barramundi fish for this. This is like a low-fat protein source, which is what you want post-training so that you can digest the carbs efficiently and quickly. And the carbs that I'll be using today are going to be rice to replace my glycogen stores, which is the same as what I made before, so that's already made. So it's just a matter of now putting on the barramundi, non-stick pan, throw it on. And then I'm also going to be having orange with this, so getting some vitamin C. This is going to help stimulate the thyroid as well because of the fructose that's in orange. It also helps speed up digestion, so that's another really good thing with oranges, because I don't want to scratch the table. And then I'll portion out the rice while I'm waiting for that to cook. Because it is post-training for me, I'm going to focus on having more carbs in this meal than in any others, just to help build that muscle and restore all that energy back. I just also wanted to touch on the orange. If you don't want to have fresh orange, you can get pure orange juice. This is one of the kids, but I'm just showing you as an example. Get the real pure stuff that still has the pulp in it. That's another option for you as well. So yeah, don't feel like you have to have a million oranges available. While I'm waiting for the barramundi to cook to finish this meal, I might get started on some snacks that I like to have during the end of the day, so post-training. So just moving on to my snack, which I'll have when the kids get home from school and I start getting busy, because to be honest, it's hectic. They come home, you know, they're cooking for their meals, like get them organized, showered, homework done, and then we're off to an after school activity, whether it's like CrossFit or like gymnastics, something's always going on at the end of the day. So my little snack's really easy for on the go. So I'll have pure protein powder to, you know, get my protein source in. It's pure protein, really good for muscle protein synthesis, so I'm building muscle all the time. You know, banana, so carbohydrate source, and potassium, and then, you know, almonds for your omega-6 as well as magnesium. So really simple, easy snack on the go from when we get going to our programs. And I just like snacking as well, so it kind of keeps me in check when it comes to me start picking in the cupboard and stuff that you do when you get a bit like antsy. Now I'm gonna weigh out the portion that I want. Okay. So with this meal, it's the white rice post-training with the pure protein source, which is the barramundi, and the orange. So some other low-fat protein options might be roux or chicken. It's really depending on what you feel like having in your diet. So for me this week, it's a lot of fish because that's what I feel like. So barramundi and rice here, and a vitamin C as well, or orange, not vitamin C, it's an orange. So moving on to my last meal for the day, and as I said, meal, because I've still got one snack to go. I'm such an eater. So going back to steak, once again, this is full of vitamin B12, iron. It's a staple in my diet. I have it twice a day on average. And then I've got some potato I cooked earlier, not today, yesterday. It does look a little bit burnt, but it's not. It's char grilled. So yeah, white potato. This is full of potassium as well. I'm really working on my potassium levels, and this is going to help balance fluid retention, muscle contractions in the gym. There's so many different health benefits on it. So I will have a portion of that towards the end of the day as well. So my last snack for the day is yogurt, some Greek yogurt. So I'll show you what kind of yogurt I have. I like to go for an all-natural yogurt. So I like to go for Greek yogurt. I have this before bed because it's got, you know, calcium in it. It's a slow release source of casein. So it's gonna help me recover during my sleep. And then I like to put some blueberries on top for this one, just a pile of it. That's gonna, you know, help with antioxidants. It's good to taste, immunity, and it looks like a great snack. It's something I look forward to at the end of the day as well, with you know, having all of those meals, just something sweet, because at the end of the day, I am a sweet tooth. So this kind of curbs the cravings and makes me feel nice and full for bed. All of these things I rotate and change. If I'm, you know, waking up real hungry one day and feel like I want to have sweets, I'll have this, you know, for my meal too, or in the morning. So it's really up to you and what you feel. So it's really important to listen to your body. I really believe that. So one thing I will mention is that within this diet, the one thing that I do manipulate is the amount of carbs that I have. So that's dependent on my training schedule. You know, if I'm doing a high carb day or a low carb day, or a day off even. So that's the only thing that will really change. Otherwise, the micronutrients stay the same. I work with the same type of food groups to really fuel my workouts and make me feel amazing and really just perform. It's not so much about dropping weight for me, which is what you normally think about when you're doing a diet. It's about feeling good from within. So that's really important to me as I get older and as I become, I don't know, progress more in the fitness industry. So health first. So thank you for tuning in today to my channel on nutrition. I hope this has helped you and you can take something away for yourselves to try at home, or it gives you some insight into food sources and how it can benefit your training. If you have any questions or if there's another video that you do want to see, please drop a comment below. This, however, was a video that was highly requested, so I'm really grateful that I can come here today and take you through this. It means a lot to me that you sit here and listen to what I have to say. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time really soon. And by the way, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I appreciate your support.